Renovations, are they worth doing, or are we best off spending our money elsewhere? Guys, today we're going to take a bit of a dive into renovations, kind of weighing up the pros and cons and whether they're worth pursuing at the moment. If you're not familiar, my name's Julian. I'm the head of strategy here at Ripe House. And today we just want to kind of really get into the kind of pros and cons of whether it's worth running through the renovation piece at the moment. And obviously, if you've been following us for a few years, renovations used to be a big part of our business, a large portion of the properties we used to purchase. I know Jacob loves to call them lipstick properties. And, you know, we made it a big piece of, I guess, our overall strategy was going out, buying properties that could have been using a cosmetic renovations, kitchens, bathrooms, outdoor, etc., and using that as a way to value add and uplift and reno. There's been a bit of a shift over the last, let's just say, 24 months or so, and a lot of that is due to the costs of doing a renovation, but also the return on doing renovation. So we've seen rising labour costs in the construction sector, also rising material costs, and this shouldn't be, I guess, news to a lot of people because we've seen the price of new home builds almost go up 50% or more than 50% since COVID, and that's trickled onto the renovation stampede. So for me, when it comes to doing renovations, I guess you've got to weigh up the turnaround times. You know, we used to be able to whack out a kitchen and bathroom in next to no time. Now it could be taking 4 weeks plus. You just don't really have the reliability on the trades in terms of being available and getting the work done. Also just access to material. Sometimes there's just been shortages in material. So if you've got a property and it's 4 to 8 weeks off the market and you don't have rental income coming, well, that's really eating in to your profits you're getting on that property. The other thing to take into consideration is also bank valuations just don't seem to be stacking up on the property piece as well. We're seeing banks, you know, they're basically not interested in revaluating a property unless you've had that off the market for 6 to 12 months to get your valuation come back. So again, it's not that strategy of just doing a renovation, getting quick access to equity is really just not there as it once was at the moment. It doesn't mean that we can't come back and impact that strategy later on down the timepiece, but it's just not really working at the moment. And for me, it's if we are going to do a renovation, it's got to be really low cosmetic, quick turnaround time, good bang for buck. So that's things like painting, you know, we can get in and out of there in a week or so, flooring, and then also potentially window finishings, upgrading tapware, maybe a bench top, really things that can make a big, I guess, difference in terms of the visual aesthetics on the property, how it presents. It's not going to give you the huge uplift in value. It's probably going to give you about $1.50 back for every dollar you spend at the moment. But it's probably where it's most effective at the moment, I should say, is on the negotiating side, because particularly if you're buying a property somewhere between that $300,000 to $600,000 price point, most properties you're going to come across, a lot of the buyers in that space are either going to be other investors or they're going to be first home buyers. Both of those are trying to use as little capital as they possibly can. They want to get in, get out, keep on to their capital base, particularly first home buyers. They may only be coming in with a 5 or 10% deposit. The last thing they want to do is spend $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 of their savings on doing a renovation. They actually would rather go up the road, spend an extra $50,000, $60,000 on a property that's fully renovated for them and pay that off over the life of the loan. So it's becoming quite powerful on the negotiation side, being able to secure property below market value when those properties do need a little bit of TLC. And then the other added benefit would obviously also be depreciation. If you're doing a cosmetic renovation on a property, potentially, you know, you're coming in with a 5 or a 5.5% yield, potentially higher, but doing that renovation is going to give you some, you know, added tax benefits. And, you know, when you crunch those numbers, it may actually add up another 0.5% or more of yield on your returning property. So I hope that makes sense. So again, to summarize for me, only low entry point renovations, you know, flooring, painting, blinds, tapware, etc. It's not a primary focus. I would much rather save that deposit and getting ready into property number 2 if possible. But again, for now, just minimize your risk and yeah, wait for the next opportunity when it does pop up. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you're not already, please make sure you've liked and subscribed. Also, be sure to follow me over on LinkedIn. I'll be sharing a lot of data and reports over there as well. Bye for now, and watch you guys on the next one.